We live in a world shaped by invisible algorithms, lines of code that decide what we see, buy, and even who we meet. These silent architects of our digital reality influence our choices in ways we barely notice. In China, this algorithmic power is harnessed on a massive scale, building a vast system of digital surveillance. It's not just about catching criminals, it's about preemptively identifying dissent and enforcing a state-approved version of harmony. The system is a black box. Data goes in, judgments come out, but the rules remain hidden. For ordinary citizens, the logic is a mystery. You never know what action might trigger a red flag. This uncertainty creates a chilling effect, encouraging conformity and self-censorship. The algorithm becomes a faceless authority, influencing every search and post. But who writes this code? Who decides what's normal? Algorithms reflect the values and biases of their creators. When a state designs these systems, it embeds its own definition of order and stability. The algorithm is not an objective observer. It's an extension of power. It enforces a specific worldview, on a scale never before possible. The question isn't if we're being watched, but whose values are watching us. Systems of control have always targeted women, policing bodies, speech, and choices. Today's automated surveillance inherits these old biases, amplifying them with new technology. For women, especially activists and organizers, this digital panopticon is uniquely threatening. Algorithms flag abnormal patterns, and feminist organizing often looks abnormal to the system. Private group chats, sharing links about women's rights, or discussing sensitive topics can all trigger alerts. The system doesn't understand empowerment, it only detects deviation from compliance. This makes organizing riskier, deterring women from seeking help or building solidarity. Fear of being flagged fractures networks and silences voices. The algorithm doesn't need to understand feminism to suppress it. It just needs to see private, organized communication as a threat. Automated surveillance becomes a tool for maintaining patriarchal control. The digital gaze is not gender-blind. It's a new instrument for old patterns of oppression. For women, the risks are not theoretical. They're immediate and real. What does the algorithm consider abnormal? The answer is hidden in code, but the logic is clear. Anything that deviates from state-sanctioned norms. Abnormal means independent thought, unauthorized organization, or interest in sensitive topics. For example, using a VPN, searching for labor rights, or reading about protests, these are all deviations. The algorithm doesn't judge morally. It flags statistical anomalies. Your social connections matter too. Talking to a flagged activist or journalist can make you abnormal by association. It's guilt by digital proximity. Abnormality can be as simple as a sudden change in routine, expressing strong opinions, or joining an unapproved book club. The system is designed to overflag, preferring to catch too many rather than miss one dissident. Over time, the definition of abnormal expands, quietly encompassing more of daily life. The machine's suspicion grows, and so does its reach. In this system, normalcy is enforced, and curiosity is punished. The algorithm's definition of abnormal is ever shifting, always just out of reach. It's not about justice, it's about control. The more you stand out, the more you risk being watched. In the end, abnormality is whatever the system says it is, no questions asked, and that's the real danger. Algorithmic surveillance works in 4 stages. First, data collection. Every search, message, purchase, and even your face is logged and stored. All this data is combined into a detailed digital profile. Second, behavior modeling. The system learns your habits, interests, and social circles, creating a digital twin. Any deviation from your baseline stands out. Third, scoring. Your actions are constantly compared to your model, generating invisible risk scores. Using encrypted apps or searching for sensitive terms lowers your score. These scores are dynamic, shifting with every click. Fourth, flagging. When your risk score crosses a hidden threshold, an alert is sent to a human operator. This can trigger more surveillance or even a police visit. The process is seamless, automated, and relentless. The goal: identify and neutralize threats before they emerge. You never see the score, but it shapes your life. The system is always watching, always judging. In this world, privacy is an illusion. The algorithm's gaze never blinks. Meet Mei, a university student in China. Her day starts with routine digital transactions. Coffee, Subway, social media, all logged and analyzed. She fits her digital model, so her risk score stays low. But a friend shares a link to a foreign news article about a factory strike. Mei clicks it, her first small deviation. Later, she searches for feminist literature and downloads a banned essay, another red flag. She messages her friend about the article, seeking more information. That evening, she connects with a friend from Hong Kong, unknowingly linking to someone on a watch list. The algorithm sees a pattern: foreign news, sensitive topics, banned material, and flagged contacts. Mei's risk score crosses the threshold. An alert is sent to authorities. Mei goes to sleep, unaware she's now marked for closer observation. Her innocent curiosity has become a digital anomaly. In this system, a few clicks can change your life. The line between normal and suspicious is razor thin. Mei's story is not unique. It's the new normal. The watchers never sleep. Many believe anonymity or VPNs can shield them from surveillance. But in China's data-rich environment, true anonymity is a myth. The system links patterns of behavior, not just names. De-anonymization uses location, activity times, writing style, and browsing habits to re-identify users. Even with a VPN, your digital fingerprint is unique. For women seeking support or information on sensitive issues, this is especially dangerous. Posts about domestic violence or reproductive health can be traced back, exposing users to real-world risks. Anonymity offers a false sense of security. The system always finds the person behind the screen. Living under algorithmic surveillance creates a constant, low-level anxiety. It's not overt oppression, but a subtle, exhausting pressure. You start to self-censor, pausing before searching, sharing, or joining a group. You wonder, is this safe? Will this be flagged? Speaking in code becomes second nature, but the algorithm learns too. The mental toll is immense, draining creativity and connection. For women, the weight is heavier. Fear of being flagged isolates them from support networks. Seeking advice or exploring identity online feels dangerous. The system privatizes struggles, forcing silence. Over time, this breeds helplessness and resignation. When the rules are invisible and the judge is a machine, resistance feels futile. The algorithm doesn't just silence dissent, it erodes the will to dissent. Compliance is achieved not by force, but by exhaustion. The cost is a quieter, more fearful society. It's tempting to see China's surveillance as unique, but the reality is global. Similar technologies are used by governments and corporations worldwide. Mass data collection and behavioral analysis are everywhere, justified by security or profit. Corporate surveillance normalizes constant monitoring, making us trade privacy for convenience. Chinese surveillance tech is exported globally, becoming a blueprint for control. Authoritarian regimes adopt these tools to suppress opposition. The silent watcher is not just in China, it's spreading everywhere. The world is learning from China's playbook. We're at a crossroads. Algorithmic governance forces us to confront who defines normal. These systems are not neutral. They serve the interests of their creators. When states or corporations set the rules, conformity is enforced, and deviation is punished. The psychological toll and erosion of privacy are universal. not just Chinese problems. As these systems grow, the risk of a global network of control becomes real. The code that shapes lives in Shanghai could soon shape lives everywhere. What can we do? Start with awareness. Learn how these systems work and who they serve. Demand transparency and accountability. Support those exposing and challenging these systems. Most importantly, stay connected. Community is resistance. The algorithm thrives on isolation. Solidarity is our defense. Our greatest act of defiance is to keep talking, organizing, and insisting on our right to define our own lives.